Hello, this is Ducky and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be reviewing Fear the Walking Dead Season 2, Episode 11, Pablo and Jessica. Now I got this a little wrong of why it's called this, why it's called Pablo and Jessica in the reaction in the beginning, but by the end of it I knew why, kind of. So yeah, we're going to start this review. It should be a pretty quick one, but yeah, we see no Travis this episode, which was... It kind of sucked. I really wanted to see Travis. Not the episode sucked, but it kind of sucked that we didn't get to see Travis. But last episode we didn't get to see Nick, so I guess that's how it's going to go. Very, like, more. It's going to go like that a lot more. And there's a Negan promo. You are it. Anyway. Yeah, there was no Travis. And there was Nick in this episode, which we didn't have last episode. So let's go through all Maddie's stuff and Strand and all that stuff. So we find out why or how Maddie and Strand got out of the bar scene and how they got back to Alicia. And I thought it was gonna be like, that's why I thought I wouldn't really like this episode, because I thought like the whole episode almost would be like them getting out of that, which it wasn't. It was only like the first 4 minutes, which is fine. I like that idea. And they use zombie guts. I did say this in my reaction. I said that they are kind of overusing the guts. But yeah, they're just overusing it a lot more. Now, if the Fear the Walking Dead cast does become the Whispers, which honestly I think it could happen, but I do not support. I do not like that idea. Yeah, if they do become the Whispers, then if you read the comics, you would know what that is. In the actual show and crossover, this would make sense, but they're just using guts way too much if they don't become the Whispers. So, just saying. Maddie meets with Oscar and says, we need your help. We can get these zombies cleared out. We can get this hotel as a safe place. We can really get this very safe if you guys can help us and just forget. Well, Oscar kind of thinks, Lena, or Elena, I don't know what her name is. I'm not sure yet. He says, we're not doing it with her, because obviously she locked his wife and all their people in a room and caused a lot of deaths. And there's one thing that I thought about was, I mean, there really is no bad guy, and if you want to point out the worst person, it's most likely Lena and Chris, really. I mean, those are the two biggest bad guys. I mean, just that we're on the Fear the Walking Dead side with Madison stuff, Oscar does sound pretty bad, his group, but he's actually not bad, like, if you think about it. If somebody locked your family in a room and half your family died, and then you got out, you would want them dead. I mean, it makes sense, so you can't think of them as bad guys. They're making a home. I mean, they want to make a home out of this hotel, and Oscar does accept, and I didn't really catch it or not, but I didn't really catch if he accepted or not, but he did, and we find that out a little later. Now, they're finding a way to clear out all the infected out of the hotel, and Alicia finds a sign on the ocean, and that says Riptide, like, caution Riptide, you know, you've seen them before. Well, she thinks, oh, well, we can just lead them onto the pier, all the zombies, and then we can lead them off the pier into the water, and then they'll get sucked in by the Riptide, which would work. So Maddie, Elena, Strand, Alicia, they all start kind of bringing in the zombies into one huge group. Like, they all start leading them in, and then they all lead them outwards onto the pier. Alicia and the guy that's with Lena, I forget his name, they go out together and get on a little raft to go out to get Madison. And then Madison's on the pier by herself, leading out all those infected, which there's about 100 there, walking out with her. And then she gets out to the end of the pier. She jumps off into the water, gets on the raft with Alicia and Strand. And I really like that. That was really cool, with her big jump. And kind of paralleling when Alicia jumped back earlier in the season, like episode 5 probably. I'm not sure, when she jumped off and to get away from what's his name. So that's kind of paralleling, which is pretty cool. All the infected fall off the pier and get sucked in by the riptide just as their plan had gone, and it worked. So they go back and they cook up a whole dinner for both groups, Maddie's group and Oscar's group, and Oscar isn't there. So Strand goes and visits Oscar, and we find out that Oscar is keeping his wife, Jessica, in a room as a infected. So Strand says, I can help you, because they both lost somebody very close to them that they loved very much. And Strand says, well, I can help you. Let's figure this out together. And then the episode ends off with Strand walking into that room with the zombie Jessica that we haven't seen, that we'll probably see next episode. Now let's go over to Nick's side. He's making pills. He's taken 2 different separate types of pills and bringing them together. And yeah, he's making more to get more resources from the trader guys, so they can give him more pills and then get more stuff. So they're actually making like double almost. And then we find out who Pablo is. Now, this is the confusing thing for me. Like, I know who Jessica is, that's pretty plain and clear. But Pablo. Okay, so is it, you guys can post down in the comments, Luciana, it's her brother or her husband or both. Now, I think I caught it was her boyfriend, and that's my best bet. But if it was her boyfriend and her brother, or wait, no, it was her brother. I don't know. See, if it was both of them, like if it was her husband and her brother, that's kind of weird. It's not Game of Thrones here, so I don't want to see all that stuff. But yeah, then we get before that actually, we get some stuff with this was really cute. Probably the best part. I think this was probably one of the best parts of the episode, where Nick and Luciana are playing soccer with all the kids, and that was pretty awesome. And they were giving each other looks, which was really cool. And I mean, they just looked so sweet together. I actually mentioned in the reaction as that let's get Luciana to happen this episode, which is obviously the mix of Nick and Luciana. I shouldn't have to think. Nick gets his own trailer. I'm really liking the character of Alejandro right now. So I'm pretty sure he's immune. He doesn't have a cure. He's immune. So we did hear a little bit of a backstory with him. He actually got into a situation with a drug addict, which is what Nick is, and got bit. And then Luciana brought him back to the community, and now he's the doctor. He's the pharmacist. He helps people now. Well, Nick gets his own trailer from Alejandro, because Alejandro says, you are going to be a main part of this community, because he knows more about drugs. Nick knows more about drugs and stuff, and he can help out Alejandro, because, you know, there's not many people like that know how to do those kind of things. And then the part I've been waiting for was Luciana and Nick collide. No, don't go like that. Just collide, okay? Just collide. But yeah, they kiss. So that was awesome for me, because I really, really was waiting for that. So yeah, I give this episode an 8.4. It was a really good episode. Now I'm rating some of these episodes way too high, because if we go back over, I keep all the papers from the other ones. I rated Grotesque, the 9th episode, with the Just Nick episode, an 8.6. And now when I rate this one, I'm like, I don't want to give it more than an 8.6, but I don't want to have it less than Grotesque, because I do think it was better than Grotesque. So this is why earlier I was like, in the other reviews, I said, I don't want to rate them too high, because if there's a good episode and I rate them more, it's going to feel weird. You know what I mean? So, yeah, so now the Grotesque rating is really weird now, because I think if I had to change that, I'd give it a 7.8. And then Los Meritos, a 7.9. I'm still thinking I should have lowered that to like a 6.8 or something around that. Like, that was not I didn't think that was a good episode. Do Not Disturb, I'm happy with my rating, 9 out of 10. That was a really good episode. I'm okay with that. And then 8.4. I'm okay with this rating, but I wish Grotesque was a little lower. So, but that's all done, so I can't really change it now. But yeah, that was the episode. I really liked it. It was pretty good. Not too much action, but they're building a home. I really hope they stay in the hotel, because, you know, every place they've been to now, they're not staying there long enough. Like, if you think about how much they've moved around this season to different places, new characters, and then just killing the characters off, it just feels so out of place, and I'm not liking that. And I really hope they can just get a place to stay for like a season. Like I want them to spread Oscar's group storyline. I want them to actually have a pretty big story arc throughout the series, and at least for a season. You know what I mean? Because like if you think about the beginning of the season, we were on a boat. Okay, we were on a boat, which is fine that we lost to Abigail. I like that storyline. Now, then we go to Mexico, and we first meet up on an island with Melissa, right? It was like Melissa and this other guy and their kids, and then they die, and it was just a completely worthless episode. Then we go to another place where Alicia contacted on the radio, which I was okay with that stuff, but then we just kind of leave them, and then we don't come back to them, and then we go to another community where we think is going to be good when they're actually bad, and then they burn the place down. And that was only in the first 7 episodes. See, they're just really rushing things. I think they really need to slow some things down because they're going way too fast with their storylines, and they need to spread them out. Like, I really think they could have spreaded something out with that community storyline, at least to the end of the season, and maybe even done something more with it, maybe brought in these people or something, and then went to, like, the hotel in season 3. So I'm hoping, like, since we do have a confirmed season 3, I hope this hotel does kind of stay in for season 3, at least halfway through season 3, and then we can get more stuff with maybe another place or something like that. But they just need to keep their storyline straight. Like, they don't need to just make a storyline and then cut it, make another storyline, if you know what I mean. I just have a very big thing about that with Fear the Walking Dead. You just don't know what's happening. And when you look at the beginning of the season, you're just like, how did we get here? I mean, it was just so fast. And, I mean, half the characters we met this season are dead. They just kill them. And they need to spread those storylines out. But, okay. Anyway, stop talking about the rant. Yeah, this is a pretty good episode. I really liked it. I really liked the start of Oscar's group and stuff. And New Shanna. And, yeah. Post your comments down in the comment section. I want to know what you guys thought. Leave a like down below. And, yeah. This is Ducky Plays. I'll see y'all later. Goodbye!